Hello students, today's class is about numerical integration. I've written some part of it so that we don't waste much time. Given a set of data points of a function y is equal to f of x where f of x is not known explicitly, it is required to compute the definite integral I is equal to integral a to b f of x dx. We have to find integration a to b f of x dx. We don't know this f of x explicitly, but some data points are given to us. What we will do, this y, or we can also call this as f of x is also known as, we also can call this as, okay, instead of writing it like that, we can also write this as integration a to b y dx. One of it we can write y or f of x. What we do is we replace this y with an interpolating polynomial and then we obtain the integration value. That will be an approximate value to the definite integral. In this case, here what we are doing is we are using Newton's forward difference formula. Let the interval a b, we are having this interval a b, isn't it? We are going to divide that into n equal subintervals such that a is equal to x naught and b is equal to xn. What type of subintervals? We are looking at equal subintervals. So clearly xn is equal to x naught plus nh. Now I'll take I is equal to integration a to b y dx. In place of y, I am writing this Newton's forward difference formula. I realize that my formula is in terms of p, but I am going to do integration with respect to x. And x is equal to x naught plus ph, we know that. So when you differentiate, you get dx is equal to 0 plus h times dp. When x is equal to x naught, what happens to p? P is equal to 0. When x is equal to xn, what happens? P is equal to n. Now what we are doing is we are doing this integration with respect to dp. Now my limits will change, 0 to n y naught plus p times del y naught. Instead of writing p into p minus 1 by 2, I am writing it as p square minus p del square y naught by 2. Plus, instead of writing it like this, I multiply and write it as p cube minus 3p square plus 2p times del cube y naught by 6. Okay, so this is equal to, now I am doing my integration. This is p times, I am putting the bracket here, p times y naught plus p square by 2 del y naught plus this is p cube by 3 minus p square by 2 into del square y naught by 2 plus this is p power 4 by 4 minus 3 times p cube by 3 plus 2 times p square by 2 times del cube y naught by 6 plus etc. All this is p moved from 0 to n, or when you substitute the limits, you can write this as equal to n y naught plus, put this bracket, plus, remember this h, I have to write it this side. Okay, h dp, h is a constant now, it is coming that side. So, or let me write it this side, is equal to h into n y naught plus n square by 2 times del y naught plus this I will write it as 2n cube minus 3n square divided by 6 times del square y naught by 2 plus, here I can cancel 3, I can cancel 2. Let me take LCM. This becomes 4 power 4, I mean p power 4 minus 4p cube minus 4 times p square divided, p will become n, no? Let me write it as n. I am putting the limits, no, upper limit I am putting it. So this is n power 4 minus 4 times n cube plus n square total thing by 4 times y naught by 6 plus dots. When I put the lower limit, since this is 0, this is not contributing any value. What you observe is n is common to every term. Take it common, then is equal to. So I will take this as equal to nh. Is equal to nh into first term. No, plus here I will take n square common, but one n has gone outside, so one is sitting here. So this is 2n minus 3 times. I can write by 12 over here times del square y naught plus here also I will take n square common. One n is going outside the bracket, one is inside. So n into this is n square minus 4n plus 1 divided by 24 times del cube y naught plus etc. like this. Or I will simplify this further as y naught plus n by 2 times del y naught plus n into 2n minus 3 by 12 times del square y naught plus this I will write it as n into this is plus 4, no? Plus 4 means okay, n minus 2 whole square by 24 times del cube y naught plus etc. This is our general formula. Okay, this is our general formula for integration. So let me write it. General formula for integration, you call it as quadrature formula also. Integration. Call this as 1. In this formula, we put our different values and we derive further formulae. We now look at our trapezoidal rule. Putting n is equal to 1 in 1, we get trapezoidal rule. When n is equal to 1, second and higher differences will not exist. Will not exist. How do you know it won't exist? See, I have 2 points only, x0, y0, x1, y1. I can find out first difference, that's all. No, I can't find out further any more differences. So that is the difference. So what happens is integration x0 to x1 y dx is equal to 1 into h times, this is y0 plus 1 by 2 times del y0, or you can write this as h into y0 plus y1 minus y0 by 2, which is equal to h into 2y0 plus y1 minus y0 by 2. y0 plus y1 by 2. Like this, we'll write it. H is y0 plus y1 by 2. Then next, what I will do, I will write x0 to xn y dx as sum of integrations in the subintervals x0 to x1. This will ensure our error is less. Dx. Now, what will this be equal to? The first one is h by 2 into y0 plus y1. Okay, so the y value at the lower point and upper, h by 2 into y1 plus y2 plus etc. plus h by 2 into yn minus 1 plus yn. Let me take h by 2 common. So this is equal to h by 2 into first and last terms are coming only once. Okay, y0 plus yn plus the other next terms. Y1 is coming twice. Y2, every other term comes twice. Y1 plus y2 plus etc. yn minus 1. It is coming like this. So this is your trapezoidal rule. So this is your trapezoidal rule. Then let me look at Simpson's rule. Simpson's 1 by 3. How do you get Simpson's 1 by 3 rule? We get Simpson's 1 by 3 rule by putting n is equal to 2 in the general formula. Putting n is equal to 2 in the general formula. That means integration x0 to x2 y dx is equal to 2h, nh is there, no? So 2h into first term is what? Y0, okay, y0 plus n by 2 it is. Plus n by 2, I will write it as equal to 2 by 2. Del y0 plus next term is 2 into 2 minus 3 divided by 12 times del square y0. Okay, here I will say third and higher differences do not exist. I can't find out. So this is equal to 2h into y0. Here 2 and 2 will get cancelled. Instead of writing del y0, I will write it as y1 minus y0 plus this is 2 into 4 minus 3 is 1 by 12 times del square y0. Now I will write it as y2 minus 2 times y1 plus y0. And how do I know that? I know that because del square is equal to e minus 1 square, which is equal to e square minus 2e plus 1, and del square y0 means that will be equal to y2 minus 2 times y1 plus y0. That is the logic there. So these both terms will get cancelled. This 2 and this becomes 6. So this is 2h, I am taking LCM, by 6 into 6y1 plus y2 minus 2 times y1 plus y0. We just simplify that. When you simplify, what happens? This is h by 3 into, first I will write the smallest one, y0. 6y1 minus 2y1 becomes 4 times y1 plus y2. So here I will write, if n is even, that means you can use Simpson's 1 by 3 rule only if n is even. If n is even, integration x naught to xn y dx is equal to integration x naught to x2 y dx plus integration x2 to x4 y dx plus integration xn minus 2 to xn. I'm sure I can write it like this. Why am I sure? Because I have taken my n as even number. Therefore, here this is equal to, when I took x naught to x2, it was h by 3 y naught plus 4 times y1 plus y2. Similarly, here it would be h by 3 into the lower value here, that is y2, the middle value, plus 4 y3 plus y4 plus etc. So the last one would be h by 3 into y n minus 2 plus 4 times y n minus 1 plus y n. Now I will take the h by 3 common. I observe y naught and yn are coming only once. Y naught plus yn. Plus there are some terms with coefficient 4. Let me collect them. 4 times this is y1. Then this from here I am getting y3. It's going on till yn minus 1. Okay. The next terms y2 is coming twice. Y4 is coming twice, which would mean that twice y2 plus y4 plus etc. So this is my Simpson's 1 by 3 rule. Next comes Simpson's 3 by 8 rule. Here what you will do is you will putting n is equal to 3 in general formula. Putting n is equal to 3 in general formula. So what happens here? Here after fourth difference onwards you won't get it. So let me write a formula again. X naught to xn y dx is equal to nh. Okay, this is nh into y naught plus n by 2 into del y naught plus n into 2n minus 3 by 12 into del square y naught plus n into n minus 2 whole square by 24 into del cube y naught plus, I'm just putting the dots here. So here instead of xn, I'm taking it as x3 times y dx is equal to 3h into y naught plus 3 by 2 times del y naught plus 3 into 2 into 3 minus 3 by 12 times del square y naught plus 3 into 3 minus 2 whole square by 24 into del cube y naught. That's all. I stop here. Why? Because fourth and higher differences do not exist. By now we know how it is. Or this is equal to whatever can be cancelled. No, let us cancel it off. So this is equal to 3h into y naught plus 3 by 2 into this is y1 minus y naught plus this is 2 3 is 6 minus 3. So this is 3 by 4. Instead of writing del square y naught, I am writing it as y2 minus 2y1 plus y naught plus here this is 3 minus 2 1 square is simply 1 divided by 1 by 8 into y3 minus 3 by 2 plus 3 by 1 minus y naught. Two ways. Either you can take off LCM 8 now itself, or you do further simplification and then do it. So this is equal to 3h by 8. So this is 8y0 plus, remember here I am multiplying with 4. So 12 this becomes 12y0 minus 12, this is y1 minus 12y0 plus here I am multiplying with 2. So this becomes 6y2 minus 6 to the 12y1 plus 6y0 plus y3 minus 3y2 plus 3y1 minus y0. Let's simplify it further. Anything you can cancel it off. 12y1 would get cancelled. Okay, I can't find anything now. Let's start our calculations. So this is equal to 3h by 8. I'm starting with my y0. 8y0 plus 6y0. 8y0. Oh, sorry, 8y0 minus 12y0 becomes minus 4y0. Minus 4y0 plus 6y0 is 2y0. Minus y0 is simply y0. Let me look at y1. y1 plus 3y1. That's all. Nothing much. Plus 3y1. Let's look at y2. y2 6y2 minus 3y2. So this becomes plus 3 by 2. Then comes y3. y3 comes only once plus y3. So this is from x0 to x3. Now let us look at if n is a multiple of 3, if n is a multiple of 3, integration x0 to xn. Let us look at this. x0 to xn y dx is equal to integration x0 to x3 plus x3 to x6 y dx plus it goes on like that. Okay, xn minus 3. We are sure we can do this because we have considered this n as a multiple of 3. So very carefully let's put down our values here. This is 3h by 8 into y0 plus 3y1 plus 3y2 plus y3. Next term will be 3h by 8 into y3 plus 3y4 plus 3y5 plus y6. Continue it like that. If you take 3h by 8 common, the first and last term will come once. Plus, let's look at the terms with 3 as a coefficient. Plus y1 plus y2 plus y4 plus y5 plus etc. Plus, if you look at the in between term, that means y3 comes twice, y6 comes twice. So you're having twice y3 plus y6 plus etc. This is your Simpson's 3 by 8 rule. This is Simpson's 3 by 8 rule. So derivations we are having only these.